Hi everyone, my name is Debbie. You're welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how I made this kind of pleat. It is known as a graduated pleat or a Sunray pleat. This is my own version. Yes, I just did my own thing. It might not be generally acceptable actually. Let's get started. So this is my folded fabric, and the first thing I will do is to insert my length, my desired length. If you want your skirt length to be 20, 25, 26, it depends. So this is my length, my desired length. Desired length is about 28 inches. Okay, so that 28 inches, that is your desired length. I'm just using mine as an example. I'm going to be adding 2 inches to that, or 1.5. Is either you add 1.5 inches or you add 2 inches to that your desired length. Okay, so and 28, if mine is 28 plus 2, assuming it's 2 I'm adding, that would be 30 inches. If it's 1.5 I'm adding, that would be 29.5. So now this is it, 29.5, 29.5, you know, so from here to here, 29.5, 29.5, 29.5. Okay, now before you decide to cut the remaining side of the fabric that you don't need, you need to also take note of these two particular measurements: your waist measurement and your waist measurement multiplied by 3. Now on the waistline, you are going to be adding your exact waist measurement divided by 4 plus your seam allowance. So if my waist is 20 inches, divided by 4 will give me 5, plus half an inch seam allowance will give me 5.5. Okay, so and my 5.5, I will insert it on my waistline. Now, I said that you're going to add, insert your desired length. Make sure that your desired length, which is for me, which is 28, plus 1.5 extra, that's 29.5, plus 1 inch. Now, this 1 inch, if I'm adding the skirts to the upper bodies to make a dress, I would need half an inch seam allowance on the waistline to attach to the upper bodies. And for the down part, you could need half an inch to turn it, just to finish the hemline. Or you could even need 1 inch. It depends on how much you need. But for me, I feel that half an inch is okay. Okay, if it's something like this, something free on the down part, you don't need to start folding in a whole 1 inch. It's too much. So half an inch is okay. Just overlock and turn it in and sew. I hope you understand. So that is half up, half down. That will be 1 inch. That 1 inch plus my 29.5. That will give me 30.5. So that's how you're going to be calculating your length. Now, going over to the horizontal measurement. Like I said, your waistline is going to be, for example, if it's 20 inches divided by 4, that's 5 plus half an inch seam allowance or 1 inch seam allowance, as the case may be. That would be maybe 5.5 or 6 inches. You will insert it from the folded edge because I'm working on the center front right now. So assuming this is what I have, 5.5 or probably 6 inches. So I'll measure it. Okay, now I'm done with the waistline for now. Now on the hemline, I am going to multiply everything that I have on my waistline by 3. Now if it's 6 inches, that means 6 times 3 will give me 18 inches. So my 18 inches will be on the hemline. So if my 18 inches from the folded edge inward is, inserted this way, 18. Can you see what I have? So then you are now going to pick your ruler and place your ruler here and connect the 2 points together. Can you see what I have? Can you see the shape? This is the shape you're going to have. Okay, so now you can now, once you have achieved this kind of shape, you can now decide to trim out these parts, because everything that you need for the design that you're trying to make the measurement is intact. So every other fabric around has nothing to do with what I have here. Okay, so once you are done with this and you've connected it, then you cut. So this is what I have. Now, next, you remember I added 1.5 inches to my 28 inches length here, of course, everywhere. All right, so now you are going to, that extra measurement, that extra inches, number of, that extra numbers that you added to make 29.5 initially, which was 1.5, you are going to remove it or deduct it from the length. But I don't need that measurement actually, but I just need that measurement to be able to achieve what I want to achieve. Okay, so that 1.5, you're going to come here, the center front on the waistline, and measure the 1.5. You know, your desired length is actually 28, but I decided to add to it. And the reason I added to it is what I'm about to show you. I hope you understand me. So from here to here, I will measure my 1.5 out. And mark. Okay. So, of course, I have my desired length from this point down, which is 28 inches. I hope you're getting it. Then, next is to connect this point to this point. So it's only on the center front you're going to measure out what you want. Measure out the extra inches that you added. Okay, so once you are done, then I connect these 2 points together and make it curvy. The curvy part of the ruler, place it like that and connect. Okay, so once I connect this way, then my desired length on the center front, which is 28 inches, I'm going to lift the measurement, that 28 inches, and bring it here and measure it from the waistline, this very point, on by the side. Can you see? So let me measure what I have here. 28 inches, and I'm going to insert it here. So once I insert, then I can now take my ruler, my curve ruler, and place it like this. Then I can now do what? Trim. So this is what I have. Now there's something that I did that I forgot to actually, do right now, and that is before you cut out this, okay? Before you cut it out, before you even shape the waistline, I made sure I drew some lines on it. And how did I do that? I measure half an inch interval. For example, on the waistline, I'll place my tape like that. I placed my tape this way and started measuring half inch. This is from here to here, half inch, 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 like that, half inch, half inch, half inch, half inch. Now on the hemline, instead of measuring half inch, I measured 1.5. So I just placed my tape here, from here to here, 1.5, from here to here, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. Once you insert your length, okay, once you insert your measurement, I mean your horizontal, after inserting your length, your horizontal measurement, your waist measurement divided by 4 plus seam allowance, okay, then the hemline, waistline times 3, okay, whatever you have here, just multiply by 3 and you have what you want, the value on the hemline. Once you do that, okay, the value on this, so then once you mark and you connect and you have this kind of slanted line, okay, don't do any cutting until you finish inserting this measurement. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, like that. 1.5 like that. Do you understand? So you just discover that, and you connect. It's a bit, it takes, time to be able to finish that. I hope you understand. But if you are not the lazy type, you wouldn't want to just imagine the stress. So I would just advise you take your time and draw the line. But for me, I feel the line is not that compulsory, but the lines will guide you when you are folding. Okay? So then you connect with your long ruler. You connect this way from the half inch mark to 1.5 inch mark here. You connect with your chalk. So you just find out that the lines are going like this, okay, just the way it looks on the fabric. So you connect like that. Let me use my free hand so that will be fast. You connect the half inch plus like that. That's how you'll be connecting from the waist down. So once you are done connecting, that is when you now measure out the 1.5 inch, the extra inches you added to your length. You now measure it out, curve the waistline, okay, and after that you measure what the remaining of your desired length, which is 28. Then you measure it out here, 28, and you curve it. Okay, so once you are done, then you already have your lines on your fabric. Then you can easily fold. So whatever, this is a folded fabric. So whatever you do here, the lines, everything. Do you understand what I'm saying? So whatever you can do it on one side, then cut. Okay, you can. So whatever you do, once you have drawing the lines, finish drawing the lines, on this side, then you turn over to the other side and do the same. So once you are done, then you can now trim out like this to have this. So now that you have finished trimming, of course you already have your lines. So just start folding, and that is how I did it. So just fold like this. Then when I was folding, of course the folding has to be on a single pace like this. So you fold, you already have your lines drawn, then you fold. Then how do you fold? The very first line here, you start folding from the hemline. So your very first line, you skip a line and you fold. Okay, so as you are folding, you are bringing it like this. Okay, so you have 2 folds like that. Then you skip a line, go to the next line and fold like that. Can you see? Skip a line, go to the next line and also fold. And that is what you keep doing till you are able to get plenty folds. You are able to fold the whole fabric. I hope you are getting me. So this is what you do. So here I had already cut out the shape, and with my lines already drawn on it before cutting out, you can see. So the next thing to do is just to remove excess fabric, just the way I explained in the first section of this video. So my lines are there already, and right now I am trimming out the excess. This is the front piece and it's folded. This is the back piece, and of course, placing the front piece on the back on the folded fabric, I needed to draw my lines using the lines on the front piece as a guide. Okay, so before cutting out the same shape I have for the front piece, I needed to do all of this. And now I am cutting out to have my back piece. Okay, and remember that zipper allowance of 1 inch has to be added. Okay, I want to show you how to pleat. So I had already showed you how to cut. It might not actually be the best way, but I just did my own thing. Okay, so I would advise you also get creative. Watching videos on YouTube serve as, for me, I see it as a kind of guide. Okay, I can as well not even bother to use the same method, but at least grabbing 1 or 2 ideas from people that had gone through that road before means a lot. Okay, that could help your creative mind as well. Okay, so right now this is my center back, and I have of course lines already drawn, okay, from the waist down to the hem, waist to the hem, and my 1/2 inch seam allowance is also added, of course. Okay, so now I had already done the front piece. Of course, the front piece is on fold and is a single piece, while the back piece has 2. So I first of all did the front. I was trying to pleat fine and ironing at the same time. So what I did to achieve that, let me just go through the same process, but I won't stay too long. As I go, I will be explaining to you. Okay, so this is the center back, and I just, from after center back, of course, 1 inch inward, and I have this. I will just pick the first line, skip the second line, go over the third line, skip the next line, move to the other line. Okay, skip the second line, move to the other line. Then as you are moving, you are picking at the same time. Okay, you are picking it at the same time. The front piece gave me real trouble because I was thinking everything is all about picking and pressing at the same time. As you're picking, you're pressing it along, but believe me, it's more than that. It consumes a lot of time. So I decided to just use a quick means. So, and I think it was faster, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, but at the same time, you also get your, before you even start this at all, I would advise you get your thread ready. Okay, sorry, I forgot that. So just get it ready. You can fold it into double it. You can double the thread. So like now, make it long and double like this. Fine. So this is the thread, and I'll just place the thread under the fabric. So, and holding this, of course, then skip the next one. I'll continue, hold on to the next line. Okay. All right. So skip, move like that. I'm still on the hemline. So I'm still going to, as I'm doing this now, once I'm done, I'll be moving. So just skip the next line, move to the other line. You pick it like that. So you skip this line, you fold. So as you are skipping and going to the next line, you fold, you skip, then you fold like this, the line, you bring it close to yourself and use your finger to hold it. Skip, next line, fold and bring it close to you. Skip, the next line. So I'm done with the down parts. So all I'm going to do right now, I'll just like use my fingers or my hands, I'll use my fingers and arrange the pleats. You may not be able to get a very perfect pleat. You may not be able to get, but for me, I don't really care. Mine is, nobody will start looking at the arrangement of the pleat. Of course, it matters, but at the same time, I think the idea is needed here. All right, so you hold it and use your thread, tie. And what's the essence of tying? Tying is just to hold the pleats in place. Oh yeah, hold it in place. So it might not be easy to, tie as you are holding, you tie, but just find a way around it. Can you see what I'm doing? It's not easy like that. Like this, holding it and still trying to tie. Yeah, it's not easy, but I just have to figure it out. So once you tie once, then you can release the pleats. Remove your hands or of course, your fingers so that you'll be able to tie the second time and even the third time. Okay, now that I'm done with the down part, the hem, and I can now be moving, using my discretion, folding and tying. So I was done tying here, you can see. So next is to iron. I'm ironing and ironing. Okay, the 3 folded pieces, the 2 back pieces and the front. So here I used my electric jug to do the steaming. Just like I said, I just did my own thing. So you can just do what you feel will work. So this is what I did, this took some time, and after this I just, decided to leave it for like 24 hours. I didn't even bother to iron. So, but this is the outcome after, the steaming, and of course it was dry because I ironed it again before opening it up like this. And after this I decided to iron again to arrange the pleats, and I decided to join it to the upper body. So this is what I have. It's not perfect, but at least I tried my best. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.